shortly. We're going live on YouTube now. We are now live on YouTube. I'm Jake Symons. I'm team lead here and owner of the blog. Sorry. Technical problems have been a nightmare today, as usual. They normally are. They not got the link out on Instagram. I sent a link which I thought would work. It didn't work. So now we actually have a live stream with no one watching because everyone's to the live stream, which was working but has now been deleted. And now I need to send out the new link to everyone. We should be having some people coming in soon. Hopefully we will have someone turn up to the stream. It's going to be a bit lonely if I just sit here by myself and talk all day. And we are live. We are live. And there is the link. I might be able to actually do this a more clever way by creating a bit link and changing the bit link to until Monday. Until Monday 1. Sorry for the technical problem. Can't type today, honestly. It's been anyway. We will start off the stream shortly. We are live. If you want to join, please do so. I have no idea who is actually watching us at the moment because today has been like my whole. Let me get the right keyboard. That would obviously help things. Sorry for the technical problems. Here is the new link to Mental Monday. Bit.oh. Wireless. Mental bit.oh is no longer used. Once again, sorry, have my apologies. And then we can get cracking, can't we? I know no one's watching, which means that no one can see my technical problems, which is always good when no one sees what you're going through, except when they watch the repeat and then they're going to see all this. And I'm going to look like a complete idiot, which I am, but oh well. It's further technical problems. Here is a new link to Mental Monday. The old link is no longer used. Once again, have my apologies and look forward to seeing you at the live Q&A. Yeah. Why isn't someone here that should be? Should be someone watching that's not. There we are. Okay, so right. Slightly slow start. Once again, actually, we're just going to end the. Are we still live on Instagram? We are not live on Instagram, but we are live on YouTube still, aren't we? Yes, one has watched, which means I can actually, if I get on this, just to check that we are currently live at the moment. Just to check we are currently live. As you can probably tell. We are live. We are still live and we are still going strong. So if it oh God. Actually. Okay, so we are live. We are burning on all cylinders. Right. Once again, sorry for the slow start. So, proper beginning now. Right, I'm Jake Symons. I'm a freelance writer. I'm from here and the owner of the blog. Mental health blog. We're not in it for the popularity because we're not very popular. Most blogs aren't. We're So, as following the Twitter account, we are at Stay Swimming. The YouTube live stream is of terrible quality. I can only apologize for that. I don't know what's causing that, but we do have the new bit link created and we should get some people in. So, if there's no comments, I'm going to look really lonely here sitting by myself. So, I will just kick things off with talking about the name. That's Stay Swimming. Why did we pick that name? We picked that name because of something I got from Childline. I've been working, when I say working at Childline, I've been helping out on the message boards. I don't actually work there per se, but what we've been doing is we got the name from most posts that I signed and other people on Childline keep swimming. It means you have to get out of the pool. You don't have to fix what's going on. You just need to keep floating above it. And that's the name. And the reason why we went for Stay Swimming instead of Keep Swimming is because Keep Swimming has already been taken. And there's no other reason for that. And you might like alliteration as well. So, what can you find on the website? That is another burning question, isn't it? What we do is we share tips with mental health. And I always think that when you give a list of techniques, that I never like lists, just a pure list of techniques, 50 on a page, even sometimes, of just take deep breaths, draw a butterfly on your arm, things like that, which are good techniques in themselves. I just find the way of delivery, just providing someone with a huge list of techniques and just expecting them to get on with it, it's not beneficial, in my opinion. Or if it's always based on personal opinion. There's no way of really knowing what's right and what's wrong. It's impossible. Everything we do, including myself, is just purely based personal opinion. It's all we do. And that's why when we actually look at forgotten what I was just talking about here. Yes. The joys of live planned to the minute, and then you start and everything goes shit, pretty much. Anyway, if anyone is joined, do say hello. We're looking forward to your comments. I mean, we are here to help you guys. If you want to leave a comment, we have our views. Well, anyway, do leave us a comment, a like, or anything else you want. Just let us know you're here. And my computer has just decided to lock. But yeah, so what you can find on the site, tips and tricks, but not just a long list of techniques. We'll explain them. So instead of giving you 50, we'll give you 5 ones and we'll tell you what work if they don't. It's not just information. We're not just going to overload you with a do this, do that, and you'll get better. That's not going to help you. And if we're trying to help you, then we're not fulfilling the aim of the site by doing that. So this is totally unscripted, by the way. So if you're wondering why I look like I'm making it up as I go along, it's because I am. This is completely unscripted. I have a list of points on my other monitor where I can talk if people don't speak in the chat. But for the most part, this is completely unscripted. So it's always fun, live TV, isn't it? Although this is far from TV. So send your stories in with stayswimming@gmail.com, or you just DM. I would do it more privately, but if you want to leave a comment, then you're more than welcome to do so. You have to forgive my hair; it is not cooperating today, as you can see. But what we want to do is we don't want to replace the help you already have around you that can help. Mental health workers, CAMS. There are lots of organisations involved, Childline even, who can help you. We're not trying to replace those people. We're not trying to help you. We're not trying to do their job. What we're trying to do is we are just trying to be an organisation, be the website where it's a break, where you can come, you can read a few things, maybe have a laugh or two, and it's just relatable, down to earth content for everyone to read. And you just come away feeling better. If you come into our site feeling bad and you come out to our site feeling even a little bit better, then we've done a job. That's our job. Our job is just to make you feel better. It's not to replace your help. It's not to get you better. You've got people doing that in your life, friends, family, other support people. They're more effective than us. It's not a question what you have. It's just making you feel better, because we all need to feel better. And the more people helping you feel better, the better. I should have thought of another word then, shouldn't I? So, I'll talk about my personal story now, considering no one else. I always find that when you do these live streams, no one wants to be the first person to comment. No one wants to start that conversation. And I'll try and make this into a metaphor for YouTubers, a metaphor for mental health. It's not going to work very well, but we'll give it a go anyway. Starting that conversation, taking the first step, is always hard. No one wants to be the first person to comment on the live stream, especially one such as this where you have to get to ask questions. No one wants to be the first to put their hand up. It's the same with mental health. No one wants to take that first step. Mental health is full of steps. No one. The first one's the hardest one. The first one's the most important. But when you have people around you, family, friends, for instance, you can actually then use that support to help you take the first step. And that's why having that community of people around you, having that support network in place, is something which is so important. And I think having a group that can support you, having a group that can actually help you, is probably one of the best things you can have in place for your mental health. Because it's not just a journey. It's not something you can just do by yourself. You need that help. You need that support. And that's what we are going to give you at this website. We will give you a whole lot of other content to help you. But you have to go out there. You have to take that first step and share some of that burden. You have to tell someone. We'll be doing a post about this very soon, which is why I'm bringing it up now. But it's really important that that is something which you do. We've also got my own story. I ended up having to do it by myself. And that was a journey of experimental self-help and a complete nightmare. And it could have been done a lot more effectively. And I could have been helped quicker. and the stuff that happened from when I was 11 mental health problems to now would have been less, or maybe not have even happened at all. You need that support network in place. I didn't have it, and I know how hard it is when you don't have that network. So, if I can use my experience and I can help others going through the same thing, that matters. That means something to me. That makes me feel better. That helps me when I'm helping you guys. I always find that some of the stuff I've been through allows me to connect to those hard to reach, difficult people. I always find that past experience, isn't it? It's very. Can't think of the words for it, but we will not obviously go into details of my past experience, especially on live internet. Not to be the place to be brandishing my personal life around. However, I will say that what I have been through has allowed me to understand on a deeper level than what I would normally. And that's why I'm helping you guys now. That's why I created this live stream. That's why I've done everything I have done. It's because I have this ability to help people. I have to reach people, to talk to them, to actually just be there for them. I started doing this through Childline on the message boards, as I said before. Then I moved on to helping friends. I still do have a select few friends which I help, and I just feel that without having gone through what I did, it wouldn't have put me in this position. I try and look at the positives of mice. One of the big ones that I wouldn't be able to understand. I wouldn't be able to talk on a level that's meaningful, that means something to you, that can actually help people if I hadn't been through what I have. So that is a bit more about my personal story. We are still waiting for your comments. If anyone wants to leave them, that will be much appreciated. We are on air until 8, but we can go on longer depending on how many comments you have and depending on how the meet. I have no idea why we are not. Does it tell me how long I've been up? There we are. 18 minutes and 27 seconds exactly. Yeah, it's always difficult. Ah, Chloe's joined. For those who don't know who Chloe is, she also helps at the website doing various things, mainly in the background, that kind of stuff, really. Yeah, Chloe, we've been going half an hour, by the way. And my laptop keeps fucking me out. I probably should have put this in presenter mode before I started presenting. That's normally something worthwhile doing. But yeah, as I said, website, we do need a logo and we do need a design, and my YouTube camera looks appalling at the moment for some reason. You guys want to, if you Guy, for the one viewer watching, we have more on YouTube. I think more people are watching on YouTube. But yeah, if you want to help with the logo design, just send us a DM, leave a comment, just put it in the chat even while we're live now, and we will be taking your suggestions. What I do want to talk about though is more about. I have a list of things to actually talk about, and I should have put my laptop in. I should have used my Bluetooth keyboard for my phone. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to keep going it. Yeah, this is really unprofessional, isn't it? Yeah. I've paused the live video. That should not have been paused. And I also should have brought my Bluetooth keyboard. And I should have done a lot of things before the live stream, which I didn't do, but oh well. The show must go on. What we have then is content coming up for guys. A bit of a sneak preview here while we're just filling time before someone actually asks a question. Yeah. Sorry, this is really unprofessional replying to the comments by hand. We need a profile pic on pretty much everything. So if you guys want to help with that, that'd be much appreciated. Just leave us a comment. We're on Twitter. We will be on Facebook. Unfortunately, I'll have to get Facebook. That's going to annoy me. But leave a comment. For those on YouTube, this is to you now. I'm sorry for the quality of the camera. I think a lot of people are watching and it's taking the quality. That's really bad. One I'm using, but it doesn't obviously look fine on you. I've got the clock in the background because that allows me the second hand to actually see what's going on. Someone else has joined the stream. No, they haven't. Oh well, never mind. This is meant to be a debut here. Yeah, anyway, hi Chloe. Chloe's back again. Chloe just helps me with the website and hopefully will at some point. Obviously not at the moment. So at the moment, content coming up. I've got a huge list of posts I want to do, but there's never enough time because I've got my own freelance writing to do and this. So post coming up in the next few days, hopefully tomorrow, but I can't guarantee it, but it will definitely be by Thursday, is how to search mental health online. This is a really big topic. See, we're an online audience. You've had to search for us to get up to us here. So that's important. And to be aware of how we're actually going to just, it's not just in triggering things which are going to upset you. That's important. We want to give you the framework first. Then we'll do a bigger post on, apparently we're not. Okay. We'll do being okay. I think being okay is a big topic, and I think that you don't always have to be okay. I think we put too much emphasis as a society on being okay. So the aim of mental health is all about being okay, and that's good. We want you to be okay. That's why the website exists, to help you be okay. But some days, if the only thing you do in that day is survive for it, and you spend all day and don't get anything done, that's okay. That's not great, but it's not a bad thing. Every single day shouldn't be about getting better. Mental health is a journey, and during journeys, you have to take breaks. You have to put into the services, especially when you're on the M25 and stuck in all the traffic or the roadworks or both most of the time. But you have to also give yourself that time to relax and just to take a step back and say, I've worked Monday to Friday, getting better. I've got up through the day. I've fought my depression. I managed to go outside. I managed to do the things I need to do. I'm not going to try and conquer any more mountains today. I'm just going to chill, be happy with how I've got. Next week, I'll start climbing again. You don't depression's not going to be cured in a day. I mean, that's a pretty obvious statement, but I think what we try and do is always be okay. It's okay not to be okay. That's fine. You don't have to be okay 100% of the time. What matters is how you deal with. That's what's important. That's what we care about. And that's why our site is not all about getting better. We're not trying to get you back to normal. You probably won't be normal again. I know I certainly am the furthest from normal you can get, and I'm not going to be normal again. I wasn't before. I just, when you're younger, you're more normal because there's more leeway to do more kids. But I'm not going to be normal, and that's okay. Absolutely fine with me. Because if I was normal, I wouldn't be here right now. And the same goes for everyone else. You're probably not going to be normal again. Don't try and. Sorry about that. I believe we just cut out. We're still experiencing the technical problems, which is annoying. Don't try and be normal. Don't try and be normal. Don't try and act normal. Just be you. Obviously, there are bounds within that, such as being safe. Always, you have to be safe. Feeling happy. You don't have to feel happy all the time, but it's nice if you do some of the time, and that the normal that you've chosen for yourself is the normal you want to be. But the most important thing is be the normal which you feel most normal in, not the normal which the people around you believe you should be. Don't try and fill a box you don't tick. You don't have to. As long as you're safe, as long as you're happy with what you're doing, as long as what you're doing isn't affecting others and not harming yourself, then that should be okay. Whatever you feel comfortable doing, you should do that. That's what matters. And I think that's something we often forget when we're on our mental self-help quests, is that we fight too much to get back to a normal state which we're never going to be at again. And that's not right. On this, I want to bring in I was speaking to a friend. She was on a mad self-help quest to just fix everything. So she did a list of all the problems and she tried to fix them all in a day. It didn't work for her. Because you can't dig into your entire mountain on mental health. Because, let's be honest, most people, it's a mountain. I mean, even if it's mild depression, that's still affecting your life. That's still your own individual mountain you have to climb. We all don't have mountains as big as Everest, but it's still an uphill struggle. Whether you're going up a molehill or a mountain, you're still on that upwards battle. And I think what's really important, and that what we actually talk about more on the site, is that pacing it out, not doing it all in one go. And I think that's for a new post. It's interesting, isn't it? How what I'm sitting here and saying, it's not stuff that I'm just written down. I don't have this written down anywhere. I had an idea of what I was going to write, but I've only used one point from it. And I think it's important just to be wherever you want to go in the conversation. And that's what I'm doing. So, there is one thing on the agenda which I must talk about, and that is the hashtag Ask Twice campaign from Time to Change. We will put this in the chat on YouTube. Sorry for those who are on YouTube. You will have a link on Instagram. I'll have to type it. So if I just go on here, let me just check the link first because I believe I shortened the link. Did I shorten the link? No. Apparently I didn't shorten the link. I should have got everything in position before I did this live stream. And that way I wouldn't be annoying everybody. By being in it. We do have a bit link, and we do have a bit link to that. So I'm going to put that in the chat now for everyone on Instagram. And I will just type it in here for all our Instagram viewers. It's great that you've all joined today. It's a shame we haven't had many questions through, or should I say any questions through. There we are. The link is now, and I don't know why the live video keeps cutting off like that, but we are still live, and we have been live for a good half an hour now, and we will continue to be live because this is a conversation that should always be had. Now, this is only going to be every Monday, 7 o'clock. We can't be there with you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I'm just going to try and make it the best we can for you. I think what else we need to do about the Ask Twice campaign is give you the hashtag. It is just hashtag Ask Twice. And you can find that on Twitter. And the Ask Twice campaign is, they've got a wonderful video on there. It's about asking, are you okay, twice to get people to open up. Now, I used to do this, and it used to work for me. Open up to me because I talk about this on our recent blog post. I will link that for YouTube viewers. I keep getting YouTube and Instagram mixed up. It's because I'm talking to both people at the same time. I'm talking to two groups of people at the same time, and it's distracting me. Who's who? So we have Asked Twice, finding the balance. So we have the Asked Twice post is also a shortened bit link, which I just need to copy and paste over. And then once we have done that, we will there we are, Asked Twice, finding balance. That is now in the YouTube stream for the. We will also put this in Instagram. You'll have to forgive me for turning my phone like this. I'm sure you're having a wonderful view of me down there. And on Instagram as well, no, YouTube. Sorry, I keep getting these mixed up. This is going to be a continuous thing. That is the new bit link. There we are. We are now live. We're live again. Right, so I think what's important to mention is that this is about asking best. So don't take the first answer. I used to do this all the time when I was asking people. I would ask them until they told me that they weren't okay. Now I get people to open up differently. I ask different questions. I still get into the habit of asking, "Are you okay?" a lot. I need to change that, but I don't. I found that "Are you okay?" doesn't really get, because people will just say yes. If you ask them 100 times, they'll say yes 100 times because people don't want to talk. I always find that if you take a longer approach, if you sit down and have a conversation, and you don't start it with "Are you okay?" You start it with "So what have you done today?" or "So what have you been doing?" or something along those lines. Asking what they've done during the day, asking them about life, but not a direct "How are you?" that question. No one wants to answer that direct question because doing so admits they have a problem. No one wants to admit they have a problem, mental or physical. No one wants to admit that. But some people do. Some people are comfortable with saying, "Are you okay?" I certainly, if people ask me, "Am I okay?" I will just say yes because it is the most socially acceptable thing to do. But they have the space to talk if they want to. And you do need to put some pressure on. You do need to ask the question because if you don't ask, you won't get an answer. But continually asking every hour, every 5 minutes, "Are you okay?" is not going to help. It's not going to give you the result because at the end of the day, all you're doing is just reminding them they have a problem. And if they're not going to answer on the first time, and if they don't answer when you ask them again, ask them a different way. Stop asking them at all. Let them know that you're there for them if they want to talk. Don't continue to ask them and stick to that template and getting into that rut of continuing to ask them over and over again when they don't want to talk. It's about how there is the balance between not asking enough and asking too much. There's a balance to be found there. And I think that's really important is that you find that balance because then if people are more comfortable talking to you, then that's not just going to be one time. That's going to be a continuous process. They're going to continue to be comfortable talking to you or continue to be uncomfortable talking to you. It's important that that helps them. Is that you give them the space and you let them know that you will talk to them. And you have to show that as well. Don't just say, "I'll give you time if you want to talk to me." Sit down, ask them questions, you engage in the discussion. And another important point to mention is don't try and fix. This may sound counterintuitive, but it's really valuable that unless you're a trained professional, you shouldn't try and fix it because there are effective ways that trained professionals know. You are much more valuable as a friend. You are much more valuable as someone who the person suffering can just come and chill with, have a game of FIFA with. How much more valuable in that sense than is in someone who's going to fix the problems. There are trained professionals, there are people in suits or in organizations which can help. Obviously, you can ask them if they need anything or what they can do to help, but don't go gung ho and try and fix all the problems. Because not only could you do more harm than good, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Changing the alteration of the friendship, what you'd be doing is you'd be actually becoming a doctor to them, someone who helps them, rather than someone who's a friend. And you are much more valuable as a friend. Would you rather hang out with your doctor or your friends? I mean, much more valuable as a friend. And that's what we try and do at the website. We don't try and help. We just try and chill, provide a space where you can chill, you can hang out, you can just leave a comment, engage in some discussion, and that's it. That's all we exist for. We don't exist to replace the professional help. Don't exist to fill the family and friends that you already have around you. We just exist to fill the space when you're searching for things online, maybe feeling a little lonely, maybe feeling a little sad, low, desperate. Come to our site, you feel better. That's what matters. Now, as I used the example of my friend earlier, crusades of self help won't help you. You need some motivation. All out to fix your mental health problems in a day isn't going to work. You don't need to be okay and you don't need to be normal. And I think going back onto that normal point and tying that into the point I made previously about how you're more valuable as a friend is another post I'm writing. Yes, I am writing this post. We have different categories of posts. We have ones where the site team, which is where everyone writes them, and then we have Paul will be writing the this post. It won't be from the site team. It's a post from the site team where we've all worked on the post together to make it the best it can be. They're normally official ones, such as our homepage, such as the privacy policy, such as where to get help, which will be a list of different countries and how you can get mental health urgent support in them. We'll be doing that as well. But I think hosts and leave the more fun ones to other people. But considering it's just me and Chloe at the moment, I think it will be Chloe does the fun ones and I do the really serious ones because I don't know. We're going to have to work that out to avoid creating a massive work dispute over Instagram chat. We will save that for the Furious DS, as I'm sure there will be many. Oh, wow. There we are. There we are. Decorations are already up. Yes, we are one of those sad family. Well, when we say family, it's mainly that my room is decorated weeks before Christmas and the rest of the house is decorated. Um, I always frozen again. That should not be happening. Okay. Yes, I am sorry for the chaotic barrel of technical problems and complete and utter chaos which has unfolded on this live stream. This is my first ever live stream for anything except Fortnite, which I used to stream because I used to be sad, and now I don't actually have time because I have to run the blog, I have to run my own business, I have school obviously because I'm 17, and I have a lot of stuff I have to run and organize and work to do. So yeah, I have jobs offline as well. It's not just the online stuff. So Busy, busy, busy. Anyway, enough about me. I keep realizing I keep going into my personal dialogue because if I don't talk about it, then nothing else is going to get said because no one has left a single comment. And I've just realized I never got onto that point I was making 5 minutes ago, which was about a new post. And the new post is called, draft title, The Importance of Keeping Normal. This is aimed mostly at friends. And what it's about is it's about if you find out someone's got a mental problem, you shouldn't change. You should obviously create more allowances, create more empathy, understand the circumstances, show a bit more compassion and consideration. But changing the friendship, changing the actual ideas, changing the way you are with them, even if it's in a positive sense, even if you're just being overcaring, it's really important. What you actually do is you keep things normal. If you keep things normal, that's going to be much more benefit to you because they're going to feel relaxed with you. They're going to open up more with you when you're keeping normal than if you're being overcaring, asking them if they're okay every 5 minutes, wrapping them up in that cotton wool. They're not going to respond with that. You just need to be normal with them. I mean, after all, 5 minutes ago, you were treating them normally. And that was working well. So why, when they tell you they've got a mental health problem, do you suddenly change everything? It doesn't make sense to do. If what you're doing is working, stick with that. Obviously, if the normal you've been doing isn't working, then you need to change. But keeping it as normal, and I need to find another word because I really hate the word normal. Because normal suggests a consistent and uniformed way of doing things, which is done by most people. And to be honest, increasingly in society, everyone is doing things differently. What was normal, say, in 1950 is completely irrelevant now. What was normal even 5 years ago isn't relevant now, or at least some of it. What we're creating a new version of normal. And instead of being normal for society, normal for people around us, we're all creating our own version of what normal is. And that should be okay. We are okay to do that. So I am going to change the word normal at some point because I really think that it doesn't have a place anymore. Everyone is trying to achieve normal, and I think that that is a very bad outlook to have. You should pick the normal for you, not the normal for other people. And to end, because we have nearly done our hour on here, and there hasn't been any questions, so you've got a few minutes to leave them. What's important, and what I really want you to take away from today, because we've talked about Ice Spice, we've talked about my personal story, we've talked about so much stuff in these 50 minutes. What I want you to take away is that when you have mental health, don't always try and be okay. The most important thing I've said today would be that is don't try and be okay. You don't have to be. It doesn't matter if you're not okay. As long as what you're not okay is you're safe and you're all right and you're not harming yourself, you're not harming other people by not being okay. But if you're just feeling a bit sad, if you're feeling a bit low, that's okay. That's the message I want to take away. And that's it, really. That is our hour. That is our hour on air, which is done. We will be back next Monday at 7. I may throw a few live streams in during the week to confuse you, depending on how much I have time or not. But the actual Q&A live stream will be at 7. Look forward to seeing you guys there. Much appreciated if you did come and watch. Give us a like, give us a comment. As always, stayswimming@gmail.com. Send us a tweet at stayswimming. It's the same username cross-platform except Facebook, which I need to set up tonight. But we are Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. If anyone here uses Pinterest, I certainly need to start using it more, especially for mental health. There's a lot of like good quote things. And the branding, we are giving you until the end of the month to design our colours. We have some ideas to use if you don't want to decide, but this is your site. This is a site for you. So if you want to give us some colours, then go right ahead. Give us some colours. Looking forward to seeing you guys all at the next live stream, 7 o'clock next Monday. We'll be live on Instagram. We'll be live on YouTube. We might actually no, we won't. I was going to say we try and get Twitter live, but I will run out of cameras at this rate. So, and bandwidth, and Wi-Fi, and electricity, and a lot of other stuff. So, thank you once again. Massive thank you. If you stay right through to the end, I know it was long. We got through a lot of content today. It's so great to finally interact with the audience. This is my first ever live stream on here, and it's just great to be here. Great to see you all. Great to talk. It's just great to really just share my journey, share my help, because if I can help you guys, then I'll help you. That's why I'm here. So once again, thank you very much for coming, and we will call this a wrap. If you want to know more, stayswim.wordpress.com. If you want to know more about me, jakesymons.com. That is SYMONS.com. That is it. Also, go and at Chloe Seagrave, who also works at the website. Give her a follow as well. Follow me if you want. Not that you probably want to do that after this terrible live stream. But once again, thank you for sticking it out. I know it was a very difficult day, full of technical problems, but we've managed to get to the end of the hour. Thanks very much for coming. I've been Jake Symons. Goodbye.